we sleep in separate cars. You know what I'm saying? All right, are you guys ready for our next comedian? Our next comedian is very, very funny. She performs all over town, and she's a regular at BNS Brewing, and she lives right down the street. Let's give a big round of applause for Kim Jones.
Hello. Hey, Santi, what's up? Thank you for showing up on a Tuesday. So as Brendan said, my name is Kim Jones. A little bit about me. I am a middle-aged white woman. And I only realized this today when I walked into my bank and a guy working there told me so. Well, he didn't use those words exactly. What he said to me was this: "Hi ma'am, welcome in. Would you like to speak with a manager today?" I hadn't even opened my mouth yet. Turns out he thought that I had an appointment with a banking manager to open a home loan line of credit. Yeah. And I'm so glad he said that, because I was about to ask him to go get me someone in charge so I could give them a piece of my mind. But then I was like, wait, you think I can afford to buy a house? Oh my God! Oh my God! You are so terrible at your job. Because the only reason I even walked into the bank was because I needed cash and I didn't have enough money in my account to pull it out of the ATM. Don't you hate that? Nobody here knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Tell me something though, seriously. Why is it we can put a man on the moon, but we can't program the teller machine to give me the $19.67 I have in my checking account? That makes no sense to me. What else? This week was my 10-year wedding anniversary. Thank you. So this is probably a good time in my set to tell you I'm divorced. This table's laughing because they know what's coming. So I'm divorced, but I don't want you to feel bad for me, not that anybody here gives a fuck. I don't ever want anyone to feel bad for me because I'm divorced, though. I want you to feel bad for me because I'm a single mom. Thank you, yeah. It gets worse, actually. I have boys. Yeah, I'm a boy mom. I have 2 little boys. And I love being a boy mom, I do. But I love it in the same way that I love Botox. There's something you guys can relate to. Okay, so follow me on this. I really enjoy the attention I get from it, and I like that it makes people think I'm a lot younger than I really am. Okay. I just wish it wasn't so painful and expensive. And I really wish I didn't have to do it at all. But if you're not a parent or you don't have little boys, raising boys is almost exactly like raising girls, except everything around you is on fire. And I don't mean that figuratively. I literally once tried to take a shower while my kids were still awake, and I wasn't in there for 3 minutes before my smoke alarm went off. This is a true story. See, my kids thought it would be fun to play camping by turning the stove on full blast and throwing an entire bag of marshmallows on top of it to make s'mores. Yeah. And I'm not saying that only little boys do this kind of shit. I just feel like little girls would have thought to take the marshmallows out of the bag before throwing them on the fire. By the way, if you've ever wondered if it's possible to clean melted plastic off a stove range, you pretty much have to replace the entire thing. But the other thing about little boys is just when they suspect that you're about to take them to the safe drop at the fire station, they can become so sickeningly sweet. Like the other day, my youngest son came up to me and he told me that when he grows up, he wants to marry me. And of course I explained to him, like, no, that's not possible. We can't get married. Because the last thing that I need is another crazy mother-in-law. So I told you I'm divorced. I've been divorced actually for a couple of years now, but I just recently started dating. Kinda, I think. So I'm talking, thank you. I'm talking to guys on apps that on my phone, which I've never done before. And I'm finding that most of the men I'm talking to on these apps are younger guys, according to them. And the reason I'm talking to them is not because I prefer younger guys over older guys. It's just that I'm finding that most men my age on these apps are really just too busy to date anyone seriously. Like they're always working or traveling or doing something with their wives. Way too busy. But I'm keeping busy myself. I recently had some fetish photos taken. Yeah, some of you seem really shocked by that. So women in their 40s can still take racy photos, guys. I just want to say that. Thank you. It's just that after a certain age, they call it a mammogram. You know. My fetish photographer was so cute, though. Like, she really got into the role playing. She kept referring to herself as a nurse. Yeah, she had the whole getup and everything. That was lovely, yeah. But I actually want to take a break from talking about myself. I want to try something new. I want to learn a little bit more about you guys, if that's okay? Okay. Show of hands. Who in here does drugs? Okay, few of you, okay. Somebody, guy in the back seemed really enthusiastic. Sir, what's your favorite drug? What was that? Fentanyl. Oh, okay. Does anybody have something a little more funny for a comedy show? Well, you guys want to know what my favorite drug is? It's the morning after pill. Oh, that divided the room. That guy in the back is like, that's expensive. You got a Tijuana where you found the woman in the first place, okay? That's where you're going to get. Yeah, you know who likes that joke, though, a lot? The young guys on the dating apps. Yeah. Drugs are so bougie now, though. Like, has anybody noticed that? Drugs are they're so bougie now. Like, and I gotta tell you, ever since weed's become legalized, I have no idea what's going on with it, okay? Like I'm old school, all right? And I think most of you are too. And back in my day, if you wanted to get high, you had to work for it. You guys remember that? Like first of all, if you wanted to smoke weed, you had to know somebody who sold weed. And you could easily spend the better part of your night driving around the city looking for this person. And whenever I explain this to younger people, the first thing they always ask me is this: if you knew somebody who sold weed, why didn't you just call them? And I'm like, call them? At their house? And do what, talk to their mom? At best, you could maybe send an encrypted text message to their pager and hope they were close to a telephone, right? Like somewhere, your weed guy is sitting on a couch, and he's vibrating in his pockets, and he pulls out his pager, and he's like, oh, look, 619-566-3063 would like some 420. And then he would call you at your house and talk to your mom. By the way, if you call that phone number, my mom's dead, but my brother's wife might answer the phone. That was right. And if you were lucky, at some point before midnight, you would find yourself in some quasi-rapey apartment complex down in Chula Vista buying a sack of weed from some guy named Hefe. And I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but Hefe was the actual name of my dealer back in the day. I didn't even make up a name. I did change a few of the details. He actually lived in Imperial Beach. And he was my dad. You see, back in the 90s, drug dealers didn't advertise, okay? There was no billboard off the 94 freeway telling you which exit to take to go buy drugs, okay? You didn't just pull up to some bougie-ass air-conditioned dispensary next to a Starbucks and a taqueria and walk in and buy some fancy pants glass of something called a blue raspberry slushy, okay? Because also the other thing is, back in the day, we did not have the same name as fragrances from Bath and Body Works. I don't know when that started, you guys. But then, the other thing is, once you got your hands on a stash, I want to talk about that for a second. Once you finally got your hands on a stash, which by the way was brown, You couldn't smoke it right away, could you, old people? Right? You guys remember what you had to do before you could smoke your weed back in the day? You had to spend a good 30 minutes picking the stems out. Okay. Now, if anyone here, probably the guy who came before me, is too young to know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay. Back in the day, your average everyday weed, which by the way was born and raised in Baja California, Mexico, okay, came jam-packed with what? Fucking seeds, and you had to pick them one by one from your stash and put them on some random floral pattern Corelle plate that you found in your kitchen. I have no idea how, but we all had the same fucking plate, did we not? Right? Yeah, do you guys remember? This is what it looks like. You guys remember this? Is this ringing a bell? It was so stupid. We had to work so hard for our weed. And I don't even know how to smoke weed anymore. Do you guys see these? Their kids are walking around vaping? I don't know what vaping, it just seems so bougie to me. They're just walking around with vapes that have no lighter, no carb. Like, what do you do with your thumb? I don't understand. Just walking around with their socially acceptable, ready to smoke, portable, green, seedless weed. You didn't work for that. Sorry. It's so bougie, so bougie. So I read a book recently. Thank you for your support. Actually, I listened to the audio version of the book. Okay, it was an article on Reddit. It was a TikTok. At any rate, the guy on there listed the 20 whitest boy names in the nation. And coming in at number 5 was the name Cody, which just so happens to be the name of my oldest son. But there's more. My younger son is named Wyatt, and that made the list at number 4. Now, you guys, I never thought that either of my boys would make the top 5 in the nation for anything, but this is like, I knew their white privilege would help them somehow eventually, but I did not see this coming at all. But to answer the question, and Brendan already shared, I do live in Santee, so it does make sense. Yeah, so I'm a Santee native, actually. You guys all know what Santee's known for, right? Yeah, just go ahead and shout it out, it's fine. Okay. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what anyone said, but I'm assuming you all said Mormons, right? Alluding to our very robust Mormon population, right? Okay, right? But before I go any further, are there any Mormons here tonight? I guess, oh, congratulations. Okay, yeah, the brewery must be filled with you. Okay. So I actually love Mormons, and we have in our house a house that we call lovingly the Mormon house. And it's called this for the very reason that you might think, and it's because it is jam-packed with young Mormon men who are in town on their mission. Yeah, and they're just the nicest guys. They're always up at the crack of dawn, canvassing the neighborhood in their little Mormon uniforms. And you guys all know the Mormon uniform, right? It's like the crisp white shirt, skinny tie, name tag. You got that in your head? And they're just the nicest guys, just so kind, so polite, just nice as can be, not at all creepy as fuck. And several weeks ago, they approached my car just as I was unloading my groceries, and they offered to help me carry my bags from my car to my house. Now, I realize that for them, this is nothing more than an opportunity to try to save my soul from eternal damnation. I get that. But at the same time, I'm not trying to make more than one trip from my car to my front door with these bags. You feel me on that, okay? So I took them up on their offer. Now, this is important to this story. I had also just picked up my son from kindergarten. And this is just about the time of day that his Ritalin starts wearing off. So we get to my front door, we put my groceries down, and I can tell that the Mormon guys want to start getting into their whole spiel about Jesus Christ and the dangers of caffeine or whatever it is that they want to talk to me about. But then I look over at my son, and I can just see it in his face, like the hyperactive attention deficit is just about to explode out of him, right? And before they can even pull out a pamphlet, my kid is like, "Hi, My name is Cody. What's your name? Do you have a boy name? I have a friend. His name is Taylor. He's a boy. My other friend with the name Taylor is a girl. Why are you wearing that? Is that your Halloween costume? Did you know I have a penis? Do you have a penis? That girl Taylor doesn't have a penis. She showed me. My daddy has a penis. What's your dad's name? My daddy's name is Asshole. That's what my mommy calls him, but that's not his name. My daddy has a girlfriend. She's got big boobs. They're bigger than my mommy's boobs. My mommy said that's because she's a child, but she's actually a grown-up. Ooh, I can skateboard. Do you want to see? I have a little brother. He has a penis too, but my penis is bigger than his penis. My Uncle Jeff said God's not real. Religion is just a way for governments to control us. Do you want to come inside my house and see my toys? Where are you guys going? I have literally never seen anyone shove their socks into their slacks and pedal away so quickly. Anyway, that's my time. If you like me, my name is Kim Jones. You can find me on Instagram at FunnyMomKim. If you hated me, I'm still on Instagram at FunnyMomKim. The algorithms do not give a shit about your feelings. Just please follow me.
Keep it going one time for Kim Jones.
Woo.